Single dad saw his ex's mom abandoned on a blind date. He sat beside her and shocked everyone. The restaurant buzzed with the soft clink of cutlery and the low hum of after-work chatter. Daniel Reyes adjusted the strap of his worn messenger bag as he scanned the room, searching for the corner booth where he'd agreed to meet a potential client. He was early, always early. Single fatherhood had trained him that way. When you lived your life around school pickups and bedtime stories, punctuality became second nature. That was when he saw her. Evelyn Hart sat alone at a candlelit table near the window, her posture poised but stiff, fingers wrapped around a cooling cup of tea. She wore a navy dress that spoke of careful effort, and her silver hair was styled just so. A place setting across from her remained untouched. The candle between the chairs burned steadily, unshared. Daniel slowed. His chest tightened with a strange mix of recognition and regret. Evelyn Hart was his ex's mother. 5 years had passed since his divorce from Claire, 5 years since the careful goodbyes and the sharper arguments that followed. He hadn't seen Evelyn since the final exchange of boxes and apologies. Back then, she had hugged him and whispered, "You're a good man, Daniel. Don't let this break you." It almost had. Daniel glanced toward the entrance. No one rushed in late, no flustered man scanning the room with guilty eyes. He checked his watch. 10 minutes passed. 15. The waiter hovered, polite but uncertain. The truth settled in with uncomfortable clarity. She'd been stood up. Daniel told himself to keep walking. This wasn't his place. Old ties only complicated things. He had enough complications, an 8-year-old daughter waiting at home, a stack of invoices to chase, a life rebuilt with careful balance. But then Evelyn lifted her teacup, hands trembling just slightly, and Daniel felt something firm inside him decide. He walked over. "Mrs. Hart," he said gently. Her head lifted, surprise flashing across her face before softening into recognition. "Daniel. Oh, hello. May I?" He gestured to the empty chair. She hesitated, pride warring with relief, then nodded. "Please." He sat, setting his bag at his feet. Up close, he noticed the small details, the faint crease between her brows, the careful lipstick applied a little too perfectly. The kind of perfection worn like armor. "I didn't expect to see you," she said. "I could say the same." He smiled, then added, "I'm sorry, were you waiting for someone?" Her lips pressed together. Apparently not. The words were light, but they landed heavy. Daniel felt the room around them shift, curious glances darting their way. A younger woman at the bar whispered to her friend. The waiter returned, eyebrows raised. Daniel didn't care. "Well," he said, reaching for the menu, "then you won't mind if I join you for dinner." Evelyn blinked. "Daniel, you don't have to." "I know." He met her eyes. "I want to." For a moment, she studied him, searching for pity. Finding none, she smiled, small at first, then wider. "All right, but I'm warning you, I plan to order dessert." "Dangerous," he said solemnly. "But I'll risk it." They ordered together, conversation easing into place like it had never left. Evelyn spoke about her garden, the roses that refused to bloom properly this year. Daniel told her about Sophia, her stubbornness, her love for astronomy, the way she insisted on reading under the covers with a flashlight. "You're a wonderful father," Evelyn said quietly. He swallowed. "I try." Across the room, the whispers grew louder. People noticed. A single dad, casual and warm, dining with an elegant older woman. Some assumed romance. Others assumed scandal. A man in a tailored suit frowned openly. Daniel ignored them all. Halfway through the meal, Evelyn set down her fork. "You didn't have to save me from embarrassment," she said. "I wasn't saving you," he replied. "I was enjoying your company." Her eyes shimmered, and she looked away quickly. "Claire never deserved you." Daniel exhaled. "We both made mistakes. Still," she said, "what you're doing tonight, it matters." The waiter returned with dessert menus. "2 spoons?" he asked, uncertain. Daniel smiled. 2 spoons. When the chocolate cake arrived, Evelyn laughed, a real laugh, surprised and musical. Heads turned. Something shifted again, warmer this time. Then the man arrived. He stood at the edge of the table, irritation radiating from his crisp jacket. "Evelyn," he said, as though she were late, not him. "There you are." Evelyn stiffened. Daniel looked up calmly. "Can we help you?" The man blinked. "I'm her date." "Ah," Daniel said. "You're late." "I had a meeting," the man snapped. "I texted." Evelyn shook her head. "No, you didn't." The man scoffed, then noticed the empty plate, the shared dessert. His eyes narrowed. "I see I'm not needed." "No," Evelyn said, standing. Her voice was steady now. You're not. The man opened his mouth, perhaps to argue, perhaps to belittle. Daniel stood too, not aggressively, just enough. The height difference did the rest. Have a good night, Daniel said pleasantly. The man left in a huff, murmurs trailing behind him like smoke. Evelyn sank back into her chair, hands shaking again, but this time with adrenaline, not shame. I can't believe I just did that. Daniel sat. You believed you deserved better. She looked at him, really looked, and something unspoken passed between them. Not romance, something deeper. Respect, gratitude, healing. When the bill came, Daniel paid it without comment. Daniel, it's my treat, he said. Besides, Sophia would never forgive me if I let a lady skip dessert. Evelyn laughed again, wiping her eyes. She's lucky to have you. So was Claire, he said softly. In her own way, they walked out together, the cool night air wrapping around them. At the door, Evelyn stopped. Thank you, she said. Not just for tonight, for reminding me I'm still worth sitting with. Daniel smiled. Anytime. As he watched her drive away, Daniel felt lighter than he had in years. He hadn't come to the restaurant expecting anything more than a business dinner. Instead, he'd reclaimed something quiet and important, the kind of decency that didn't need applause. Across town, Sophia slept with a book on her chest, dreaming of stars. And somewhere between past heartbreak and future hope, Daniel Reyes walked to his car, knowing he'd done exactly what his daughter would one day be proud of. Sometimes, the most shocking thing you can do isn't making a scene. It's choosing kindness, right when the world expects you to walk away.